Hi, this is CS146. I'm Matthew Ventures. I wanted to break down Assignment 3. Assignment 3 is, in one sense, a really exciting project. It's the first time where you're going to have the opportunity to have more or less full creative freedom over the game you're making. However, with that being said, it could be a little overwhelming to create your first game project on your own. And that overwhelming feeling is totally normal, and it's one I wanted to address. Basically, we're not asking students to build a full game in the span of a week. Not at all. This is rather just a prototype. It's the smallest sliver of the game idea. Take that one-page game design, find the part that resonates with you most, what do you think is going to be the most fun for the user or the player, and then try to make a demo around that. I'm going to touch on a few points within the assignment, and then I'll show you what a student submission example might look like. Basically, I just coded up a simple prototype for a game I was thinking of. Okay, so looking at the assignment criterion, the big point is that the game must be completable. There's a goal and ending. It's not just a tech demo. It incorporates those features we're asking for this week, which is the 3D controllers and a multi-purpose game design feature. And those features work together, so they don't look hodgepodged on. They're working in unison for a single game. And the one-page game design will illustrate that by text, and then the video will show us with your voice recording how it's actually implemented and what it looks like to the player. Finally, it's important that you cite those sources. So what the video submission might look like is, starting off, you're going to show your one-page game design, just like you did in assignment 2. And then you can show your sources. So this is actually really important in case we want to share the video with other students so that they can see what sources to use. And also if it provides a credit to the people who worked on the assets that you're going to use. So I thought I'd break it down into assets and scripts, but if you use sound effects or maybe text from a story or something, just incorporate that all under its own subheading and then scroll through essentially a notepad document or include it within your one-page game design on the screen so we can see it and we can source it. Awesome. Small note, for the final project, we're going to be uploading your app or your game to some sort of portal, right? It might be Steam, it might be itch.io, it might be the App Store or the Android Play Store. With that in mind, it's very important that you look at the copyrights of certain things and make sure you're allowed to post their stuff. In some cases, there's a copyright, but it's still okay, and in other cases, there's no copyright, but it's not okay. So really look at what's going on there, and we could provide more materials on that. If you're in the gray, you're not sure, ask us. Please ask us. And we're not going to be selling any apps, so if it's not-for-profit, fine, then that's all green, ready to go. Okay, cool. So here's the game design I made. Basically, you're walking around as this person, and you have to collect 3 papers, a little inspired by the Slenderman game. So here's a paper on the wall. I can just walk up to it, grab it, and then boom, I've got 1 out of 3 pages found. The other catch is that there are these zombies or mummies who are randomly spawning on the map, and they try and run after me. Okay, and if they grab me, which they just did, you'll see loser, so I've lost. It's a very clear lose state. That's it. And the double feature, or the dual purpose design feature that we have is, in collecting the pages, it actually clears the map of any mummies who are currently running after you. So you can see this guy, he's trying to get me. I grab the page and now he disappears. So this is pretty raw. It's a very prototype. You can see the camera's clipping on the arm, which looks kind of horrible, but that's okay. This is just getting the basic feel of the game. And so after playing this demo, you'd have an idea of what this game looks like, kind of where the fun is, and probably a pretty good idea of whether or not you want to pursue it for something like a team final project. When your team does get together, they're going to have to decide on what idea they want to do for the final project, and looking at these different demos should inform that decision. Okay, well, I hope this was a useful breakdown of what a student submission assignment might look like. Keep in mind, we're not looking for polish here, not looking for maybe that juice you added in assignment 2. You can add that in later. Just focus on what matters, focus on that game feel, and focus on making an exciting, small sliver of the game you might one day hope to build. Thanks.